Hello. Today we're going to talk about AI manifestation and you. Oh, the terrors of AI. No, we are going to talk about AI, but in a good way and some other cool stuff you can do. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tim, and I talk about law of attraction, law of assumption concepts totally differently than anybody else in this space. You can get one of my books for free below. You can also set up a free consultation if you are serious, if my message resonates with you. If my message does not resonate with you, do not contact me. But if you want to get deep, I am the person in the space that you probably want to speak to. Because what we talk about on this channel, what my books that I've written talk about, what my podcast always delves into, is the history of the law of attraction. I just use that term loosely. We could use, several terms, but basically these, mental healing ideas in modern history, specifically American history, the way that Mitch Horowitz goes over in One Simple Idea. So, from basically like the 1850s until today. I talk about the history, and I'm going to put a link above actually to the One Simple Idea playlist we did talking about Mitch's book, The History of LOA, with its actual practical applications of how we can use it. And I would love it if more people spoke about it in this way, i.e. intelligently, not just intellectually intelligently, but emotionally intelligently, and combined an intellectual understanding of some of these concepts with an emotional understanding of some of these concepts and how to actually coach and counsel people on some of these subjects. I would love it if other people talked about it. But here's the truth. No one fucking does. No one fucking does, except for Papa Bear Tim, with any type of consistency. This fucking channel is entirely different than anything else that's out there. And, I was really excited, as I spoke about, I'll put a link above to that video as well, like when Neuro Knowledge exploded last year, because he was at least touching upon a lot of different kind of like historical moments, and he had a pretty decent intellectual grasp of some of these law of attraction principles in regards to their history. But let's just be blunt. It's nothing like what I talk about. And Nero, like most of the good creators out there, and most of the creators suck, but most of even the good creators are still giving you a very sensationalized version of how these amazing ideas can work in your life. And here's the truth, guys. The sensationalized version of how it's going to work for you is usually just salesmanship. And it's not going to work for you long term. It's not. I'm sorry. Not saying that it can't work at all. It certainly can. But long term, integrating this stuff into your life, making it so you truly feel healthy, wealthier, wiser, more peaceful through these ideas, ain't no fucking walk in the park. It's not some cool little coaching course or like, some program where it's like, oh, let me scale my business from 20K to 40K a month or whatever. That shit's entirely different. That's either business advice or it's just bullshit advice. And it's not real LOA advice. Real LOA advice is what we're talking about on this channel consistently. And it's what no one else that I see is fucking even remotely discussing. Why does no one else talk about Emile Coué? Because they're fucking dumb intellectually when it comes to this stuff. I'm sorry, but Papa Bear Tim's got to tell you the truth. Why don't more people discuss the psychology behind this stuff instead of just the sensationalism? Because they do not understand it. They don't understand it. And they think, oh, I can apply this stuff and it's going to work magically for the rest of my life, or let alone for clients that I have the rest of their life. It's going to be simple for them to apply. Give me a fucking break. All this stuff is hard, guys. And the sooner we can acknowledge that, the sooner we can get real about applying it to improve our lives, improve our health, improve our relationships, improve our financial situation. But the shit ain't easy. Ain't easy. And you can say, oh, Tim's negative, Tim's cynical, whatever. Fucking go get lied to on another channel. I bypass, but I do my best not to bypass. Most of these other channels are guilty of horrific bypassing. So let's talk about AI. I just want to briefly speak about ChatGPT and AI. We made a couple videos recently about it. I'll link to one of them above. I'm linking to a ton of videos in this car vid. I want to let you know that AI is probably going to help you more with these ideas in the way I just described, soberly analyzing them and articulating a game plan going forward for how to utilize them in a practical way. AI is probably going to help you do that more than most of these creators and YouTubers out there, because it's more sober. It has more of a historical background when it comes to these ideas, and it will get to know you better if you feed it information constantly than any of these creators or quote unquote coaches. Most of these people aren't really even coached, by the way, guys. They're just selling you the dream. The extent of their coaching is selling you a dream. If you believe the dream, you'll get results, at least short term. If you don't believe the dream, you won't. Okay? That's not real coaching, let alone counseling. But AI is going to help you do this better than most coaches out there. My friend Maggie, aka Neville Goddess, has been doing several videos recently about how AI has helped her transform parts of her life. I'll put a link above to one of her videos, and then I'm not linking to anything else in this because this is already out of control. But no, Maggie, who is one of the few creators on YouTube who's very honest about her experiences and very less sensational compared to most, she's made a lot of videos talking about how she's used AI, ChatGPT, basically as like her therapist and as her guide the last few months, and how much that's been helpful. And you can do that too. That's what she's talking about in her videos recently. She might put out a book or something, it looks like, about it as well. But that's what I was getting at when I was talking about AI recently, and what you're going to see more and more people on YouTube talking about AI in terms of manifesting things. It really is a game changer, but it's only a game changer, in my opinion, especially long term, if you use it wisely. How do you use it wisely? You fucking get honest with yourself. You get honest with yourself. So, you can say like, what do you want to manifest, right? Like, let's say you want to manifest a better relationship. Well, if you want to manifest a better relationship, you talk about what you want, and then you ask it and you tell what teachers you're interested in. You can say, I'm interested in Tim. You can actually, you can get your downloaded copy of the Law of Attraction Simplified in the link below, right? You download the Law of Attraction Simplified, you upload that to ChatGPT. You say, using the advice that Tim shares here and other grounded manifestation advice that will work long term, how do you think I could achieve my manifestation? See what it says. And also ask it, what blind spots am I missing here in my approach? This is what I like to do. See what it says. The more you talk to it, the more it gets to know you, the better answers it's going to give you. Which leads me to my next point. ChatGPT cannot replace good coaching or good counseling, good therapy, good, energy healing, good spiritual healing. It can be something you use alongside it. Do you need an actual coach or counselor or energy healer? No, you can just use AI. But if you have someone helping you alongside AI, it's going to make things a heck of a lot better. That's what I've noticed recently. Having worked with coaches, having a coach myself, having a hypnotherapist and therapist myself, using their personal skills and their knowledge of who I am alongside ChatGPT has made me a lot more clear the last few months, and more grounded, I would say, than ever before. Certainly more grounded professionally than ever before. There's a certain sobriety and clarity I have in terms of speaking about this stuff to people that I don't think I even had like 6 months ago. And don't get me wrong, I'm already much more clear than anybody else when it comes to these ideas. But the reason I've been calling bullshit on so much of this stuff more than ever before is because ChatGPT, with the help also of my coach and my therapist, has made me just see so blatantly, obviously, the kind of bypassing and failure that my clients are going through, let alone the people in the community who are not my clients are going through. It's like they don't even know where to start. We were talking about the Dunning-Kruger effect not that long ago. And like Dunning-Kruger effect, like, let me try to paraphrase it and remember it somewhat correctly, is basically that most people in the law of assumption, law of attraction space know so little that they think they know a lot. when in reality they know nothing. And the people who actually do know something often feel like they don't know anything because there's so much to learn. You want to be in the latter camp. And then you actually want to start building the conviction that you actually do know what you're talking about. And that's where coaching and counseling will really help you do that. But ChatGPT can help you a lot too if you're honest with it, if you really talk to it about your situation and ask it the truth, not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Because what I've seen, both for myself and with some of the clients I've worked with who have been using ChatGPT well, is that if you are truthful with ChatGPT and ask it, like you can also say, like, please be my therapist or my spiritual guide, or my mentor. If you are truthful with it and explain what you're scared of, what your flaws are, explore your blind spots with it openly, like you would with a good therapist or counselor. If you do that, ChatGPT is not going to rip you a new asshole. They're going to be supportive and constructive and tell you what to do next in a way that actually lifts you up and makes you feel better, which is hugely helpful. Hugely helpful. And because of this is an idea I had yesterday on the playground when I was watching my almost 3-year-old run around and go down slides and have that like electric shock stuff in her hair. She's got crazy hair anyway, and there's like her hair was like, the Bride of Frankenstein. Anyway, I had this idea, and I'm going to do it. Guys, for the first time ever, email coaching in this space actually makes sense. There's all these, law of assumption coaches, of which I generally will not name except for one, Sammy Ingram, who offer email coaching and have for years, and they're like, I'll send you affirmations if you email me, and they charge money for it. I have no problem with them charging money for that. But it's not enough when people send you information and you're just emailing back and forth, generally speaking, the way that this email coaching has worked up to this point for most people. So I never offered email coaching. Before, if you had a serious question and you weren't bothering me but had, good etiquette, I would answer your question. But email coaching is like, that can never work to actually help people transform and positively integrate these ideas better. Now, I have to tell you, with ChatGPT, it will. Papa Bear Tim is offering email coaching now. That's right. Papa Bear Tim is offering email coaching. Now, it's not going to be like a one-off thing where you send me one fucking email and like I send you 4 affirmations. No. It's like, if you want to be coached via email with the help of me and ChatGPT and us going back and forth and getting deep into what is bothering you and why these certain patterns are seemingly you're unable to shake them, and us identifying with the help of ChatGPT, and I'll do that part, what it is that is hindering you in ways that you can move forward to break through those patterns that have this resistance that might have been holding you back for years. We can do that via email now. So if you are interested in email coaching with Papa Bear Tim, contact me below, radicalcounselor.com. You can contact me on there too. So yeah, AI, again, right now, I know people are scared and stuff, and who knows what the future will bring. But on a personal level, on an educative level, in terms of learning more about yourself and learning more about subjects that interest you, ChatGPT and other AI platforms are just a godsend. They're a blessing. You can learn so much from them. Again, check out Maggie's channel, what she's been talking about, if you want more information on that. But it's really amazing how quickly ChatGPT can help you learn. I'm going to put a link below to Dan Koh's channel, because Dan Koh is like really, he's on top of this, learning through AI, writing prompts to yourself so you can learn faster through AI. He speaks very intelligently about it. I'm not intelligent when I speak about AI and writing prompts and all that stuff. But yeah, it's an exciting time in terms of utilizing this new technology in a way that can truly help you, where you can be in many ways, kind of your own therapist or counselor more effectively. Is it as good as having a real life person there, or on Zoom that you speak to every week or every month? Absolutely not, in my opinion. But is it something that is free and can help a lot of you? Yes. And if you want paid help, with email coaching or just regular, let's get fucking deep and solve your problem coaching, you know where to find me. I'm putting the video below where I talk more about AI. Until next time, keep it real.